Hi, I'm DK Will, and this is DK Will Talk About It. Thank you for stopping by. Please make sure you like if you like this video. There's no rules against hitting the like button at any point that you watch this video and you like it. And then please subscribe if you like it. You might as well come back and see what's next. This video is going to be about it's all a conspiracy until it's true, because there's a release of some very important news that shows that some of us conspiracy theorists were not conspiracy theorists. Maybe we were just visionaries. And so the way this video is going to go is I'm going to show two clips from two prior videos. Then I'm going to show a pre-recorded version of me covering the news that I think is information along with my rhetoric. And then I'm going to finish it out with a prior recorded video that's designed to reach out and touch somebody eventually. That means my audience. However, as you know, I am not able to do a thing until I do a thing. So let's do that thing.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right. But remember earlier I just talked about gold. They announce a gold standard once GESARA is announced. All remaining fiat currencies will cash in for a gold standard currency. Prepare your minds, folks, because it's coming.
Yes. And how about the narrative? If you'll recall, back when Trump was in office, there was a time he visited Russia. He and Vladimir Putin were up on stage. Vladimir Putin decided to take a soccer ball. And he took the soccer ball and he tossed it to Trump and said, "The ball is in your court, President Trump." And Trump tossed the ball over to his wife, Melania. Folks, the reason I'm saying that is because Russia's going to get around these sanctions. And when Russia gets around these sanctions, I expect that there's going to be a national security issue, because the hegemony of the US dollar is going to be under threat. And boom, Putin returns Russia to the gold standard. President Putin returns Russia to the gold standard is news released on March 4th. Today is March 7th. And the editor's note from Nick Stamatakis. Hope I said that right, Nick. I doubt you'll ever see my video. I can call you Stamatakis if I want. If you see it, comment. Vladimir Putin took a huge step today to stabilize the ruble by returning to the gold standard, i.e. backing up the ruble with gold. This rule was abandoned in the West in 1971 by President Nixon, and since then it led to an economy that is unstable and fake based on the printing of money. This is an excellent move for Russia, except the West will only have one option now: to go to war with Russia and eliminate the danger, or try to assassinate Putin, as lunatics Sean Hannity and Senator Lindsey Graham said yesterday. I don't know anything about that. And then it goes on. I don't think those are the only options. And as I've said many a time, you can't trade gold leaves for maple leaves. And this is all narrative, folks, in turning towards the tenets of NESARA and GESARA. The war is over who controls it. And so now what is really going on is a move towards a gold standard and a threat to the US dollar as a part of the narrative to get the US off its butt and actually get moving, because all the other countries are ready. Next, I think you're going to see China. And let's look at it for what it is. Russia's a part of the BRICS, and they're not going to trade their maple leaves and gold leaves either. So if Russia's going to go to the gold standard, Brazil's going to go to the gold standard. India's going to go to the gold standard. China's going to go to the gold standard. And South Africa is going to go to the gold standard. The globe is going to go to the gold standard. And then when the United States, with its 8,000 plus tons of gold, is ready to join, because there's enough of them that have done it change their maple leaves into gold leaves, the United States is going to join the gold standard. That's what's going to happen. So this is breaking news that I thought was worthy of a video. I thought it was even more important that it shows that the conspiracy theories about gold-backed currencies and NESARA and GESARA, I've had so many arguments over that with people. Here it is in our face. It says here, nobody around the world will favor a US dollar backed by nothing from a nation $30 trillion in debt versus a gold-backed ruble. Doesn't that just make perfect sense to anybody and everybody? And if it makes sense, it makes dollars and cents. If it don't make sense, it don't make dollars and cents. Russia just completely smashed the United States and the Eurozone. When Muammar Gaddafi in Libya planned a gold-backed currency for all of Africa, the West went into Libya and overthrew him and killed him under a narrative. When Saddam Hussein in Iraq announced he would start selling oil in currencies other than the US dollar, 2 months later was Iraq War II and they hung him. Are we seeing how this is tied to the Iraqi dinar, folks? That this is bigger than just Iraq? That you got to look at the forest, not just the tree. The US dollar being the sole reserve currency for this planet is why wars get waged, and now Russia has completely, totally smashed it. You watch. The US that has been saying no nuclear war, and even Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin saying yesterday, all this talk of nuclear war is dangerous, stop it, is going to change almost overnight. The US is now in an existential crisis. Our currency has just been utterly smashed by Russia's decision to back the ruble with gold. Remember Pena on some of the videos in the echo chambers about Pena's comments about Russia and Putin living to see this? Watch the rhetoric about Russia from this moment on. You will notice it is ratcheted up to vilification like you've never seen before. Why? They'll probably start accusing Russia's troops of throwing babies out of incubators in Ukraine hospitals, like they accused Iraq, in order to justify going to war with Russia. In my personal opinion, war with Russia is now a foregone conclusion. The US and Europe have no choice. If the dollar and the euro are to survive, Russia must be killed. Okay, so that's the narrative, folks. But can you see it coming about? And I'm hoping this video comes together and makes sense, because I'm going to finish it out the way I started it, with videos that I recorded before. And I'm going to want you to start putting them all together. And I am in some ways thrilled that the videos that I put out in the past are weaving themselves so well into what's actually going on. And that's the reason this video has some of my former videos in it. And it's going to end with a former video. And the ending of this video is human to human, people. It's not about the money. And you'll find that out. But for now, those of you in Dinar land, GESARA and the NESARA is real. The change to the gold-backed currencies is real. It's all a conspiracy until it's true. And Russia is beginning to make it true. But don't get caught up in the narratives. Don't get caught up in the narratives. Get caught up in the facts. And the facts are that this world is never going to be destroyed by a nuclear war. That's a fact, because I got that from a higher source than Russia and the United States. But the scare is going to be there. And it's time to get ready, because you know there'll be wars and rumors of war. So let's keep this in perspective as we move forward.
But I've said it before, and I'll say it again, money it serves as a protection. But let your life be free of the love of money. But are things going on that are consistent with the GESARA plan? Most definitely, yes. Most definitely, yes. And I'm going to tell you why I think there are some bad guys. And I think most of them are bad guys because, you know, there's Democrat and there's Republican in the United States, and then there's independent. Either way, they're all puppets and they're all under control of one source. And they give you the dichotomy of thinking that you're actually making a choice. And it doesn't really matter what choice you make, as you have seen by the fake ballots and stuff that's going on now. that has been revealed, because it says you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So either you want to face the truth that you're knowing, or you don't. That's why the choice to know will be up to you. However, it's most certainly going on. And so why is DK rambling on like that? So I'll tell you why. Because I wanted to put a video out for y'all, and I wanted to talk about some things that I think matter. And I feel like I'm not making as much sense as I should be, so I'll listen to this afterwards before I post it. But folks, what I'm trying to tell you is that there's a battle going on. We are in a war, and just like the Bible says, they took no note. Don't be the ones that take no note. I showed videos about XRP being the nuclear bomb, and how they, Chinese and the U.S. are fighting for the economy, how it's clear evidence that there have been Chinese spies in the United States government as a part of this war and a part of this battle. And the real question is there any good guys or is there any bad guys? I mean, what's going on? What's really going on? And I can answer that. And I can answer that because the Bible gives wisdom beyond your years. And I got a little bit of wisdom behind my years because I believe what I'm about to say. And what I'm about to say is that the whole world lies in the power of the wicked one. So it doesn't matter which side you pick. The whole world lies in the power of the wicked one. And the Bible makes a promise that at some point when we pray, we say, Our Father in the heavens, let your kingdom come. Okay, so until that kingdom comes, it really doesn't matter what's going on. All we can do is prepare ourselves for it. This may run a lot of people off, but this is the truth. And the truth will set you free if you stay around and listen. And so if the whole world is allowing in the power of the picket one, and he transforms himself to an angel of light, we don't know which side to pick, really. But what we do know is we can see what's going on. And when it's time to make an action or a reaction so that we can benefit our family and save our families, we should take it. And like I said before, since money serves as a protection, perhaps if there's a way you can see that you can fund yourself to be able to protect yourself slightly better, and I add a little caveat to that, that it doesn't matter how well you protect yourself and how well we protect ourselves. Eventually, we're all going to depend on only one source to protect us and rescue us from what the Bible describes as unless those days were cut short, no flesh would be saved. I believe we're in those days. I believe terrible things are about to happen, and it's going to throw a lot of people for a loop, but if you have faith, you'll be okay. And if this global gold standard monetary system is a part of what the new system that God's going to create and provide, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Do I think so? Not necessarily. But in the meantime, we can prepare ourselves, and you prepare yourselves by paying attention. And so GESARA, as much as it was conspiracy talk in the past, it looks like it's true. They can call it whatever they want. Universal basic income, gold standard money, great reset, global currency reset, it's all going to happen. It's all a desperate attempt to save a dying system. But there's a guy that's going to ride in on a white horse. And he's going to put things the way he wants them. And every time he's ever done that, he's used different nations and people to get it done. And right now, people are being moved into position. The Gogs and the Magogs. So what is DK saying? As much as I cover this information about money, folks, I don't love money. If I wanted to be a rich man, I honestly believe I could have done it a long time ago. I never pursued money. Let me rephrase that. I never pursued riches and wealth. And the reason I'm saying this is because I want as many people as there are that hear my voice to recognize that this is not the answer to your problems. This is not the answer to the globe's problems. This is not the answer to mankind's problems. This is not the answer to our problems. And if you look at it that way, you're going to be grossly disappointed. But if you look at it with what it is, money is a tool, then you'll be okay. Okay? If you look at it for what it is, that money is just a tool, you'll be okay.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right.